but there's going to be, more of the things the people love about them, these IPs.
Well, that's when you know it's working, I think, when it upsets other people.
Yeah, I recently saw somebody mod Smash Brothers Melee, this character in it or whatever, and basically Super Smash Bros. Or somebody ended up like doing a DMCA or like made them take it down. But I imagine that from like a decentralized perspective to where like it's actually a holder that's doing cool stuff like that, because everybody loved it and resonated with it, but then it got taken down by the company. And this model encouraged people to do that. And we have, of course, like the Don't Be Evil license, which is the full IP rights to the holders to be able to do whatever spinoffs and games or anything that they wanted to do with their IP. So this is just such like an untouched territory and like something like just so new that's never been seen before. So yeah, that's what I think of.
Yeah,
I also think, sorry, my last add-on here would be, I don't necessarily know if it's as much for me, looking at those IP giants, as much as I do think some of them have definitely gone down, but there is no way to really connect with it because there is like, it's just constantly like them licensing it out to these new games or whatever. So like on the slide, like, yeah, there's no personal investment when it comes to these unless you're like collecting physical items, I guess, like Pokemon cards or whatever. And then, yeah, there is no like, they obviously there is no engagement with the fans because it licenses out to all these new companies that are like, you had Niantic, you had Game Freak, you have, I don't even know who the like Pokemon Pocket, that might actually be directly related with Pokemon, but you have all these
Mattel,
different.
Yeah.
All
right, cool.
So one thing that comes to mind as well. So as I grew up in Germany in the 90s, we had, for example, Lord of the Rings was a big hype. But at some point, the second and third wasn't as good as the first anymore. But what did spawn off is on YouTube, people were doing satirical dubs. So they were doing dubbing in German of like a totally degenerate Gandalf and Bilbo. And that one really like blew up and people couldn't wait for the next episodes. But it wasn't officially licensed or anything. But it was decentralized in the sense that anyone on YouTube can create on top of this, right? But I think if we had like a proper incubated setup where we can all be led towards something like this, yeah, this is super exciting.
Yeah, and in terms of the companies in the previous slide that you showed, I will have to say Call of Duty has been on top for some time now, and they just gave the same kind of product, just a